Kizamde, hop on the beat!
Welcome back to another JoJo chapter review. Recently we saw the release of the first chapter of the new JoJo spin-off manga, Crazy Diamond's Demonic Heartbreak, starring Josuke and Whole Horse. I made a review of the chapter recently, so if you want to learn about the manga and hear my thoughts about it, go check out that video. On the same day, however, we also got another JoJo project, a one-shot manga chapter titled Fujiko Fujiyama's Bizarre Worldly Wisdom, Whitesnake's Miscalculation. It is set sometime during part 6 of JoJo, and focuses on Jolyne's encounter with an original character named Fujiko. It is written and illustrated by Sho Aimoto, best known for creating the manga series Kemono Jihen. Compared to the other chapter from today, this one is quite short, but I think I can manage to find quite a bit to talk about here. The story starts with saying that there was a stand user that tried to attack Jolyne, but was such a letdown that they were made to be forgotten. Next we see Jolyne in her cell, where she finds a drawing that Gwess bought. Gwess hides it and tells her that there's an artist girl selling drawings for people. Next we get a scene of Jolyne, Hermes, and FF eating lunch. FF asks Hermes for the sauce from her pasta to try on her pancakes. They overhear a girl begging to have a drawing made and paying the artist to have it made faster. The artist is named Fujiko, and when she approaches Jolyne, she mentions the incident with the guard from the first chapter, with FF also chiming in. It's revealed that Fujiko is actually an erotic artist, and that the girl who just commissioned her wanted her to draw Spider-Man x Deadpool art. She starts to take an interest in Jolyne and makes a sketch of her, which Jolyne accepts. Next, we see the prisoners outside in a yoga class. However, Jolyne is unexpectedly aroused by everything that happens to her. It's revealed that Fujiko is actually a stand user with the stand Bad Romance, named after the Lady Gaga song. Its ability is that once someone accepts a drawing from Fujiko, they can have their emotions controlled by her based on however she's drawing them. We see Pucci in Whitesnake, and he talks about how he gave the ability to Fujiko as well as her backstory. Jolyne isn't able to do anything about the stand attack, but Pucci notices that Fujiko's drawings have changed from erotic ones into religious art. After this, we see that Jolyne is now exuding a godly aura, and has no issues with the yoga. Pucci is offended by the religious imagery and removes Fujiko's stand and memory discs, making her not remember her ability or Jolyne. According to the final page, Jolyne's wound from earlier was healed, and Fujiko went back to drawing, but was less successful due to not having her stand ability. Overall, I think this was a decent story. I really like the new character and stand, and I think they fit well in the prison setting. I could easily see a similar character being made by Araki himself. The character puts a bit of focus on the prison ecosystem, which is something I enjoyed from some moments of part 6. We also got a bit of Jolyne just hanging out with her friends, something I wish happened more in the original manga. While overall the chapter was comedic, I think it did actually fit decently within the lore of the supernatural abilities of JoJo. Fujiko actually brings up some similar things to Aya in part 4. So I would say the chapter is a good read to get a chuckle or two, although it's somewhat raunchy. However, I do need to address some of the response this chapter is getting. Unfortunately, a lot of people on Twitter seem to be offended by this chapter and Jolyne's portrayal. Sho Aimoto made a tweet recently promoting the chapter, and the quote retweets are filled with responses from people finding it distasteful or offensive, all the way to straight up death threats. I do not condone any of the actions of these people, and they should honestly be ashamed of themselves. Many seem to be acting as if this was drawn by some hentai artist, and that the chapter's just degrading Jolyne throughout. This is not the case, and Jolyne's character is intact throughout the entire chapter. A lot of these replies just seem to be jumping to their own conclusions about a chapter that wasn't even released yet at the time. And honestly, the material of the chapter is pretty tame in comparison to some scenes from Araki's own manga. I don't see how anyone could claim to be a fan of JoJo without already knowing that it's full of all kinds of crass humor, even within part 6 itself. People seem to ignore this, however, just as an excuse to be mad about something. A lot of these responses also seem to be completely oblivious to the fact that Aimoto is a female artist. However, whether she is or not has no bearing whatsoever on her receiving these kind of responses. It really is just inexcusable. Imoto is known to be a big fan of JoJo, with her listing it as her favorite manga back in 2007, as well as Jolyne being her favorite JoJo. It's clear from this and the content of the chapter itself that she is a huge JoJo fan, and it's really disgusting that she's being treated this way. Overall, that's everything I have to say about this chapter. I find it to be a decent addition to the line of JoJo spin-offs, and worth reading if you like Jolyne or Part 6. I'll be coming back next month to review the next chapter of Crazy Diamond's Demonic Heartbreak, as well as any other new JoJo projects as they release, so check back with the channel for when I cover those. If you want to be updated on new videos or leave suggestions, join the Hum and Beat Discord using the link in the description. To receive rewards like Discord perks and some uncut videos, you can support the channel on Patreon. And finally, for future videos, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. This is the part of the video where I thank my $5 and up patrons. Thank you to Tony, the Owl God, Alex Ramirez, Raziana, Doorbell, Cloudy, Monkman, Ashton Joseph Miller, Crayon, Jesper Jansen, Rigo Vids, Zucato, Shane Giger, Sentai, Pumpkin Doge, Marrow, Bailey Smile, Ali, Almighty Quarth, Oof, PBA SVG, and Cowrie.